Welcome back to Spend Too Much Diecast. What is going on, crew? Welcome back to the channel. To all my returning crew members, if you are new here, welcome to Spend Too Much Diecast, where we do all different types of diecast unboxings, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Jada, Fast and the Furious, FanHome, all that good stuff. Alrighty, so today we're just going to get right into it. We're going to continuing building our 1/8 scale of the Nissan GTR put out by FanHome. Alrighty, so I actually have two packages here that we're going to be working on. Hopefully this doesn't turn out to be a super crazy long video. If it does, I might have to put it up in two parts, but we basically are going to be going from issue number 63 all the way to issue 74. So we have about 11 issues we're going to be doing. This is, like I said, two packages that we have had here waiting to get this put together. I have all my parts already open next to me, and you can see this thing is huge, guys. I try to clear off a little bit of my table, but I have no idea what we're going to be doing. I think we're going to be adding windshields, doors, door panels, all that good stuff. Don't know if we're going to need the body. If not, I will get that out of the way, or the interior, and go with the body. So it looks like we're going to be doing rear window, windshield, left inner panel, right inner panel, rear view mirror and floor lights, roof lining, roof and right inner panel, center console and side skirt. Oh man, we're gonna be bouncing all over the place. Center console 4 and left door. Yeah, so we're gonna be definitely bouncing all over the place with this car on this build. Left door 3, and left door part 4. All right, so it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. We're going to be getting the windshields in, door panels, door, center console, so all that good stuff. So let me go ahead and get set up for the first one, but it looks like we're going to be starting off with 63 issue, which is the rear door, or sorry, which is the rear window. Alrighty guys, and we are back. So this build is getting bigger and bigger, so it is starting to get harder and harder to get this thing on camera and on the channel. So I'm going to try to do my best with it like that, but yeah, this thing is huge. So we're going to try to capture as much as we can. Hopefully everything works well. All right, so let's see here. All right, I see. So it's gonna, what it wants us to do is it wants us to run the wires from the back of the car, which we did last time, and it looks like put them off to one side. So it says cut a piece of the adhesive tape, route the LED wires along the right side of the body, and attach them to the trunk with adhesive tape. So they did give us electric tape. I actually are just using my own now because I actually had to retape that because I felt like their tape wasn't holding to the best of standards. So let's show you guys what they're talking about doing. And then, like I said, some of these steps I'm going to have to get off camera, but we will do it. All right, so that's what we did last time, taping of that. And now it's saying that we want to get all these wires, get them together, and have them on the right side of the vehicle, which from the picture it's showing as this is the right side, which would be correct because we're looking at it backwards. So let me get all this taped up and then we'll come back and look at it. Alrighty guys, we're back. Like I said, I think the hardest part of this build is actually going to be running all these wires. So hopefully I got it as good as I could. I basically taped them all together. I ran a huge piece of tape over it just to see if it'll hold on better. And then I do have it here. If I need to eventually tape that down, I can, but then I have my wires. I'm assuming it's going to go somewhere in the back because I don't think they're going to be long enough to reach in the front. So then we're going to be going on to the next step, which is putting on the rear window. So my only concern is hopefully the rear seats will butt up against this nicely and kind of keep that tape down. I don't know exactly how much is exposed. If I guess I got to go back in here to fix that, I will, but that's basically what it looks like now. All right, so now for this step, it comes with this adhesive stickers, 3M, double-sided. It looks like right here along the edge, we're going to be putting some tape. It looks like we're putting one on this side, one up here, and then one down here. And then here is the rear window, and that looks like it's going to pop in like that. And then that reflective will, the adhesive tape will hold it in. So, and then I am going to make sure that I get the inside of this all nice and cleaned, fingerprints and all that good before we attach it. So I'm going to go ahead, put on the stickers, and then we'll come back and put on the windshield with you guys, or the rear window. Alrighty guys, and we are back. All right, so just so you guys can see what we're going and doing is, so this is double-sided. So the one side that is sticky is a side without the brown on it. So I went ahead and put that on. I got one on the top there, or one on the side, two on the top, and then one on the other side. So you're basically going to get one shot at doing this because it is pretty sticky. So you're going to have to take your nail or a blade or something, and you're going to want to peel off each one of these gray brownish cardboard pieces. All right guys, so we're back. All right, so I just had to take a little bit of a blade and get the side up, but you can see the tape is still on the right there. You can see that the tape is still on the sill. So you're just going to pull off each one of the top part, and that basically exposes the tape on the other side. So now we have double-sided tape on there. And then we're going to take this rear window, and basically I'm going to start at the bottom because there's no tape on the bottom, and there's a notch there which goes right here, and then there's a notch here that goes right there. And I just want to make sure, because once you put this on, it's on. Doesn't look like anything else goes there. Eventually we might have a third brake light that pops up somewhere, but all right, I'm going to start with the both notches on the bottom and kind of get that in, and then there it's in. I'm going to take a microfiber, and I'm just going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to go around and get everything lightly but not too hard where I could possibly crack the glass. And that looks like it's in. So there is the window being put in. I cleaned the back side as good as I could. So there we go, guys. There is the rear window now installed. And I think on the back side, there's going to be two notches that we need to put in. Yep. All right. So flip this over, and in the bag, there was notches. There was these little plastic, you probably won't even be able to see them, plastic notches that it looks like from the back side. You're going to pop them in, one there and one there. That way, it says turn the body upside down and insert two rear window fasteners into the tabs on the rear window. All right, well, unfortunately, that's not going to work because the other piece went flying on the floor. I can't find it, so we got one of the pins in. The other one is gone forever. And they did even give you an extra one, and I dropped both of those. So there we go. There is the end of that one. Alrighty guys, this looks like it should be a little bit easier, and it actually looks like this one is screwed in. So basically, let's go ahead and see what we do. Alrighty, so it looks like there are two tabs here and here. That looks like the bottom of the windshield sits on that. And then those two tabs, you got to go like in and up, just like that. And then these two go down here. So the bottom ones are fastened with, they're actually screws, not plastic tabs. All right, so there is your windshield put on the Nissan. That was a lot easier than the rear window. I wonder why they didn't have the rear window as easy as this one. But there you go. There is the build. Front windshield, back windshield. And now on to the next one, which we are going to be putting on the left interior, the left inner panel, which are for the back seats. So let me go ahead and get that out, and then we will come back. Guys, we have it out. So it looks like we're going to be working on the side panel for the left. This is going to have lighting done as well, so we're going to have to worry about doing that. Most of that I think we will do off camera, just so I can make sure that I get it completely done the right way, and then we get to install it. So basically, first you're starting by putting in the handles, or the oh shit bars. There's two different ones. You can see one has a bigger hole and the other one there has a smaller hole. So you just want to make sure you match up the proper ones. They're also angled, so I'm guessing you can only put them in one direction, or it probably won't add right. So that one popped in like that. All right, there we go. I had to pop it in off camera because it wasn't sitting right. But I believe that's how it goes, and that's how that one goes. And then the next step is going to be running the lights in here. So I'm going to go ahead, do all that off camera, and then we'll come back and show you what I got at. Alrighty, guys, and we have everything ran. So there's a light there, and then a light up top there. And basically, that's how I ran everything in the back. I ran this light, and then up there, that light, and then up there, and then this light down here. I ran here, and then up here, and then it looks like eventually all these are going to have to run across the top. So at the very top here, I put all of them together and taped it. That way, once these, I think, are going to run across the roof, I already have an access point there, and then I can eventually get all these nicer together, and if I need to run them flat like that across the roof, I can. So now it looks like this is going to attach inside of here. So we're working with the left side, which is going to be over here. Here is the door panel. See, this is the hardest part, guys, is going to be the wiring. So then it looks like it's going to have to fit in here like that. So I'm going to have to see how it fits and how my wiring is ran. And then it looks like it is going to get screwed in. There is some gap back there, but this is what I'm talking about for your wires. So I think it's going to be flat there, so you can see right there it's nice and flat, and then I think they're going to run across the inside, and then the headliner will go over that. So let me go ahead, get this all attached, and then we'll show you what it looks like. Alrighty, guys, and we have everything ran. So it was 1, 2, there is a third screw back there, and then the last step is there's a screw up there. But just to show you how I got everything ran, I got it ran across the roof. It does say to make sure you leave these 2 notches that one there, and that one there open, because I'm assuming that's how the headliner is going to be attached to it. And then I think eventually everything is going to run up this C-pillar into the back, and then the other cover will cover all that. So actually the next step is going to be doing the other panel, getting all those wires ran and everything like that. So actually we're going to get everything, all the lights ran on this one, but we're not going to install it yet. And I don't think we're going to install it for a while. Yeah, we're not going to install it until issue 69. So I'm going to go ahead, get that panel all put together, and then we'll come back and look at it, what it looks like all ran up. Alrighty guys, and we finished that. So I'll just do a quick recap. I did do everything off camera just because I wanted to get all of these ran. But basically, again, you had the one inside here, which I taped the wires, and then you had to feed the wires through there and through there. It did say to hold on to the handle, not to install it, but I did install it right away. And then all these wires said that they're going to be coming out the back, and you can see there's not much more wire to it, so the connector is going to have to go somewhere back here. And then the other thing is we ran the gauges. That is how they should go. They were kind of a pain to get popped in, but we did get them. And then there are two lights that plug into there. And then this hopefully will fit once we get it against the car. And then I did run the wires down there and basically just have everything set up here. And then basically that is this build. And then it says to put this off to the side as it's going to be part of a later build, which we already know. So now going into the next one, we're going to be adding the rear view mirror and the floor lights. So we're going to be adding, we're going to be building the mirror, but not putting it on yet. But we are going to be putting on some floor lights for the bottom of the vehicle. So let me get my pieces together and then we will come back. Alrighty, and here we go. So looks like we're going to be starting with the mirror. So what do we got here? Here is the outer part of the mirror. And here's the part here. So it looks like this is going to go this way. This is going to go in like that, which will be held like that. And then it does look like the cover is going to go over it. See, there's the ball part, which would fit over that ball part there. So that is together like that. This mirror will move. And then it does say to screw it in with two MP screws. And then I think eventually, yep, and then we're going to put a sticker over that. So you want to make sure that you have everything the right way before screwing it on, because then you are going to cover up these screws. So there's one screw, and these screws are tiny. Tiny screws. All right, there's the second one. Does the mirror still move? It moves enough that you can adjust it. All right, and then it's saying that you do get this reflective sticker in there. It does have the double-sided backing on it, which is that. And then this looks like it'll fit right in to here. And there we go. I'm actually going to keep this plastic part on because technically we don't install this mirror on this build. It does say to hold on to it for another one, so I don't want it to get scratched up. But there you can see there is the mirror sticker on it. We're going to keep that protective covering on it. That is there. And then there's these two pieces for the dome lights. those you're going to save over to the side. And now we're going to work on the interior lighting. So you have to go ahead and get number 14 and number 15 off of your main thing. And then it looks like we are going to have to take off the passenger or the driver's seat, and then we're going to run the lights. So right away, I'm just going to go ahead and unscrew the passenger seat, or sorry, the driver's seat. There is no passenger seat. So we're going to go ahead, get this unscrewed, then we'll come back and take a look at it. All right, guys, and we got that step done. So let me just go ahead and recap what we did. So you can see we have the light there and then the light back there behind the seat. Did run everything underneath, taped it off as the best I could. So the one warning I am going to say is you guys got to be careful with these wires, especially your switch and your battery terminal. My switch actually ended up breaking. The wires came off of it, so I had to reattach them. They're not as best as it was before. I might get some solder or some super glue to glue it better in, but I wish they wouldn't have had us put the battery and the switch in until we did this step, because those wires are just sitting there. When you're laying your thing down flat, you can see that the switch cable gets bent. So you guys got to be super careful when you're doing this interior now, because these wires are going to be everywhere. You pull one off and it's not going to work. But the one thing that I did find out, which is really nice, is the fact that you don't have to hook everything up to test your lights out. You just have to hook up the parts you want to test out. So like, let's see if we can get these ones to work on here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alrighty, guys, so this is what I'm talking about. See, I unplugged everything just so I didn't have all those extra wires. But as long as you have your power, your switch, and then your connector, I connected just the 14 and the 15 wire there, and you can see I have my switch already on. If I turn the switch off, of course you're not going to get any power. Turn my switch on, use the remote. There is the two interior lights. So if you do want to test out your lights, you don't have to have everything hooked up. You can just have your ones that you're working on. And then once we get everything ran, hopefully everything will work in the future. All right, so now we're going to be taking this to the side, and the next thing we're going to be working on is the headliner. So let me get everything out, and then we will start with that build. Alrighty, guys, and we are back. So we're starting now issue 68. We're going to be putting in the headliner and the dome lights. So right away, we're starting off with putting the rear view mirror on. This is looks like the indents going in is your top side. So it looks like this goes like that, and then when you flip it over, looks like we're going to be using a R something screw. There we go. There is your rear view mirror, and let's see, it can move side to side, and you can even move the black part as well if you want. So I think I'm just going to tighten it. Alrighty, so by loosening that, seems like you can adjust it a little bit better. But I'm guessing, let's see, it's going to be driver's side, so we'll probably have it tilted that way a little bit. All right, next up we're going to be doing is the lights. So it says now to have it flipped over this way, we had to get number 9, which are our dome lights sitting here. And then it says that 1 is gonna go. All right, so I do have them in there like that. Once the dome lights cover them, they should stay in a little bit better. One pops in, the other one pops out. Nice. All right, so hopefully, like I said, once the dome light covers go on, but that's basically what you're looking for 1 and 2. Okay, and then all right, well, it says just to tape down the wires so that the wire is coming out of the left side over here. So now, are we going to the next one? All right, so the covers don't go on until the next episode. So basically, this is the episode for this one. So I think I'm just gonna add a little bit of tape here. I'm gonna leave these wires up a little bit just to make sure. Oh yeah, so it looks like the dome lights are gonna pop in from the bottom. So yep, we can go ahead and get all this taped up and then move on to the next one. All right, so this part should be fun and tedious. So it looks like we're actually gonna be installing the sun visors and then getting this installed. So let's see here. It is having us like this still. There's my tape job. All right, so it looks like we got these little notches here, which are super tiny. Those are gonna go from the top side through, so like that, and then it'll come up like that. And then there's these little clips here. You can barely see them. That is gonna clip around that little stud. All right, that's how you do it. Pain in the butt, but you don't want to push it all the way up. You want to leave a little bit of room so they can slide. All right, next we're flipping it back over, and then so we have a left side and a right side, so they are marked. So let's see, right hand drive, this would be the right side, and this looks like it's gonna pop in. Alrighty guys, we got that all done. Let me show you what we did. We got that slid onto there, and then we had this little screw tab we had to put there that holds in the sun visor. If you want, you can like flip them up and out, and then you can snap it back in. I'm just gonna leave them as they are. Next, we're gonna be adding this to the bottom of the vehicle, but we're not gonna be screwing it in yet. It just says that turn the body upside down, place the roof lining shown in the image, shift slightly to the left to access the two highlighted holes. So, alrighty guys, and we got that step complete. So that was kind of a pain. I will say the best way to do this is not to put in the top panel first to wait, but you have to have it there because you need to run your wires up the side here for the dome lights. So just kind of have it sitting here. You don't have to tap it in or anything. And then what you're going to want to do is retake off all your handles. All these handles here, take off that one, take off that one, take off that one, and then that way you can slide in your headliner a lot better. You can get everything snapped in, and then once you have everything snapped in, then you can put your handles back in. But basically, this is what the interior looks like now. I have all the wires coming out the side here. That's everything from this side, the back ones, this side, your headliner lights, and then your gauges lights here. Everything is coming out here. Hopefully these are long enough that they'll be able to plug in with everything, but that's how your wires should look. So that is going to end the 69 issue. Then we're going to be going on to issue number 70, which looks like we're going to be building the center console and the side skirt. So we'll be able to move this off to the side and then get the other parts. We'll get everything set up, and then we'll come back and start working on that. Alrighty guys, and we are back. All right, so it looks like we're going to be working on the side skirt, which I don't think we're going to do anything with it. It just came with this part, but we are going to be working with this Center console again, it looks like we are going to be running the lights. So it does say that you have to remove this. Unfortunately, in the last video, I glued it down because I thought it was really loose. So I'm not going to try to break it off, but you basically have to get your piece through there, which you can see the e-brake is in the way. So all I did was kind of move it off to the side. It does bend a little bit. I was able to get the piece down there, and the emergency brake still looks nice intact. So that is where the first light's going to go. I already got it taped off. So now we're going to go ahead and actually do the second one here so you guys can see how to do this. But basically now we're going to be running the other side. So this is light number 17. The other one was light number 16. And it's showing the red one is going to be going, the red lead goes through that hole, and then the black lead will go through that hole. So again, you just kind of got to push it through. The hardest part actually is getting the number labels through the hole and not breaking them off, because eventually you are going to need to know what wires are what when you hook it up to your motherboard again. So then that is just going to feed in that way, all the way until you get to the light, which is right there. Then you're going to fold it over, and then basically your black lead is going to go through there. And then these do come out the front right here. There are 2 notches. That's where your wires show they're going to lead. So I'm going to put that there like that. This one I can actually bend a little bit more forward, making sure the light stays attached. And you just got to be careful with these lights, guys, because you don't need them disconnecting when you bend them. Like here, be careful. Don't try to bend them too tight or anything like that. So now I'm going to get a little piece of electric tape. And like I said, out of this whole build, running these wires are the most tedious that I have ran into. So, and that's not even the hard part. The hard part is going to be then eventually getting all these hooked up to the motherboard and everything else. So tuck my tape in there. I don't want to cover that hole because it's probably gonna be something eventually. So I'll just cut my tape around it a little bit. Peel that off. All right, so now the tape is there. The light looks pretty much fixed down on both sides. These wires are going to be ran out that side. And that, you guys, is the issue. It says to save your side skirt for a next issue along with your screws. So don't lose your screws. So basically all this issue did was we ran our interior lights for our center console. All right, let's see what the next one is, and then we'll get our parts out and get that going. So center console and left door. Probably won't be doing anything with the left door either. All right, looks like we are going to be mounting the center console into our base and then putting two pieces on the door, and then that's the issue. So let me go get the pieces out, and then we'll come back and look over. Alrighty, guys, and we are back. All right, so it looks like we are going to be attaching our center console to the front here, or to the middle. So it looks like it's sitting just like that. Make sure I got my wires the proper way. And then we're bringing up our screws from the last issue, which was 70. We have our AM and CP. So it's saying an AM screw is going to be going in the middle of the center console right there to screw that down. Nice. And then the other one is going to be a CP screw. And that's going to be going right there. All right, and I'm going to make sure that my wires are going out the holes, which looks like they are. Okay, then it says to put back on the e-brake handle, which, like I said before, we already did that because we left it out. Also, now retrieve your armrest from issue 51. So we're on 71. So 20 issues ago, they gave us this piece. And I thought I lost it, but I found it in my stack of parts. All right, so that's going to snap on. All right. Then we are going to be getting the shift knob, which I did not grab. So let me grab that quick. All right, so now that we got that, that's going to be adding, and again, see issue 51. This was from issue 51. We got this, and now we're going to be putting it on. Make sure you put your numbers the right way. So it looks like it should go like that, I'm guessing. And that should just snap on there. There we go. There's the shift knob, e-brake, center console, cup holders. That is that. Now we're going to be moving over to the door. So very carefully, we'll slide that back. And then here is the door. And it looks like we're just going to be doing a quick hinge look to it. So looks like we're going to be adding the hinge, which goes like that, which is going to sit on there like that. And then it looks like we're going to be putting a plastic piece over it to hold everything intact like that. All right, there we go. I had to press down a little bit to get it tight, but that's how it should be. That is going to be your door hinge then, so you can open and close the door. And that's your final assembly. It says put your door off to the side for the next one. So it looks like we are going to be collecting a bunch of parts now, which kind of sucks because I hate doing that. But so we got 2 more issues, 3 more issues, and then this build will be done. So it looks like next we are going to be doing the left door. So that's what we just had there. And it looks like we're going to be putting on door handle, side mirrors, and possibly the inside. So let me go get these parts, then we'll come guys, and we are back. This should be a pretty nice build here. Hopefully we can see everything right here. All right, so it looks like we're starting with the door handle. Here is the door handle. It says from the back side to then take the exterior handle. So, and it is nice, everything is labeled. And I think that's just going to sit there like that. And then this is going to be snapped into the door. So here's the door. Ooh, that's going to be hard. I'm going to have to do that off camera because that just sits there. And if I try to put it upside down, it's going to keep falling. So give me a second. All right, guys, so we got it. So I basically try to keep the door handle upside down and then put the door on it. And then it is held in by 1 screw. So we did do that. And then you can kind of see that the door handle does move like you're opening it. All right, next up, it's going to be getting the side mirror together. So we are taking the side mirror. We are taking a bracket. And then we are taking a screw. So you can see there's a notch there. There's a little part there because you should be able to put it on there. And then it looks like it will be able to open and close. So that is going to be screwed in with a KM screw. All right, that screw does go in all the way. I didn't realize it went that far in, but it goes all the way in, sits flush, and then you'll be able to put in and out the mirrors. And then it also looks like now we have a Reflective part, again, it does have the protective over it, so I'm going to leave that on until we're done with the build to take it off so we don't get it scratched or anything like that. So basically, there's a piece of 3M double-sided tape on the back. You want to take that backing off. Which then reveals the sticker. And then this you're going to want to put on the mirror. So let's see. I don't think, is there a special way it goes? Probably like that. Let's go ahead and push that down. Looks good. And like I said, once we take this film off, it will look nice and clean. All right, next part is we're going to be attaching this to the door. So it looks like up here there are some notches, which it looks like it's going to go right here. Just kidding, it's going to go this way. That's the right side, rear view mirror facing out. And again, these are going to be attached with some AM screws. There's two. So there's your mirror. Like I said, it will fold in, fold out. And then it looks like the last part of the build is we're going to be putting the interior door panel on. It is nice because, again, it is all labeled. And let's see here. Assuming it's going to go like this, because we will have windows that will also be going on here as well. So you can see there's a little notch there, which looks like, is it supposed to fit into that, or am I wrong? No, I'm right. All right, so it fits into that little notch there. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. And then that's a different screw. So we got there's two different types of screws that go on here, SMs and QMs. So we'll go ahead and get this panel screwed in, and then we'll come back and see the finished product. Alrighty guys, and that is the door with part of the insert of the panel. Now we're on issue number 73, and we have one more issue, and I believe that will finish up the door. So right now what we're going to be doing is working on the window and the window actuator, I think, because I think this is going to be able to go up and down. So again, all of our pieces are labeled, left side, all that good stuff. So best thing to do is we're going to just have to line everything up in the picture and get this built. So it looks like we're putting this way, and then we're going to have this piece this way. You can see that notch seems to be pointing up. So that is going to go here, and it is going to get screwed in with these RP screws, and all the RP screws have like the little, you'll see it has the little circle part to it to make sure that it holds the piece in correctly. So, and again, you are doing plastic to plastic, so just be careful screwing in. You don't want to screw in too tight or anything like that. I'm going to loosen this just a little bit, because I do think you want these parts to move. So there, we have that like that. All right, and then we're getting this piece here with the left. There's the L there, it's hard to see. But that is gonna go this way. That is gonna sit in like that. Hopefully it's not too blurry. We're getting another one of these screws. That's gonna get screwed in there. Again, I'm going to tighten it and then go back one turn. So, yep, so that can move, that can move. All right, then it looks like we are flipping it over. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to move this part up and you're going to move this part down, and these two parts look like they connect. Yep, they're going to connect in like that. So I'm actually going to unscrew this a little more. Then I'm going to get this in, get that screwed in. And then we still have the gear somewhere. All right, so I got it on. Again, I'm going to tighten it all the way and then just back it up one. And I did loosen this one up, so I'm going to re-tighten this one and then back it up 1 or 2 notches. And then this should, as you can see, completely move. That is what's going to raise and lower your window. Okay, so now it says you have to do this a certain way, which you want it all the way open like that, and then you're going to attach your window like, oh man, and my window's got some scratches on it. Look at that, from the manufacturer. So this is going to be, well, it says the glass is like that, and then that's going to attach like that, and then we're going to screw those in the channel. Alrighty guys, and that was what it was. We got the screw there, and then that'll make the window slide. And then it does even have a note here: do not over tighten screws. Over tightening can restrict the movement of the components and compromise the operation of the gear. And then we are saving the gear to the next episode. And then here it is, guys. Here's the final one from this long, super tedious build, which for you guys is like probably 45 minutes. For me, I've done this in like 3 days just to get some stuff done. So it looks like we're going to be putting the left door panel in, installing the window, and having a complete door to then assemble to the car later on. So as usual, let me get all of my parts out, and then we'll come back and start doing the build. All right, we got everything here, so let's go ahead and start building it. We'll get screws as we need. All right, so far, here's your inner door panel, and then we are going to be connecting the armrest to it, which looks like that. And then it is going to be getting some KP screws. So, all right, so there is the armrest on there. Next up, we're going to be doing is adding the door handle. So that goes there. Okay, fits into there, and then that gets screwed in again towards the back with more KP screws. Alrighty, that is nice and snug with not over tightening. There is your armrest. There's your door handle. Now it says we're going to detach a protective strip from the backing and place it on the top of the left door lining as shown in the picture. So it shows it's going to go up top here, it looks like. Oh, all right, yeah, there's 3 pieces to here. So it looks like we're putting a protective layer on the top here, probably for the window. And then it looks like we're putting another one on the back side. So let's see here. Like I said, I'm assuming this is so that the, all right, so I got that. And we'll run it all the way on the top. Perfect. Push that down. All right, so we got that protective piece up there. I'm assuming that's so it doesn't scratch the window. All right, then now it looks like we're going to be attaching this window somewhere in here. So let's see what it says. fully extended. Right here, you can kind of see the indentations already. It looks like we're going to be screwing that in like that. Oh, you can see grooves on the window that are going to fit into those grooves. So make sure you have those grooves into the window, and then we're going to be screwing that in with AP screws, and then we'll be adding that gear. All right, so that is in like that. And then it shows we're going to be adding this gear here like that. And then that is going to be screwed in with an RP screw. And again, I screwed it in and then I backed off a couple of turns just so it's loose and it'll be able to go up and down. All right, so now we're bringing back the door, and it looks like, again, we're going to be putting one of those clear pieces of protective on the top. All right, there, I got it as top as best as I could, like that. All right, now it looks like we're going to be attaching the door, the two doors together. All right, guys, so we're working on getting the inside here screwed in. We got those two down there. We got that one up there, and then there's one more up here. It's kind of cool. It's kind of just like working on a real door panel when you got to unscrew it. And then it looks like eventually we will be getting a crank handle for the window. So there is the door panel. There's the door in there. Like I said, looks like eventually we will be getting a crank handle. That way you can go up and down with the door. But you can see just as right now it does work. It does sit on there nicely. And all that, it'll be able to roll down and roll up. So there is the door. And like I said, mine did come scuffed a little bit from the factory. So there it is. Alrighty, guys. Well, that is this build. We did a lot on here. We got the interior door panel on. For the left door, we got all the interior door panels on. We got the headliner in. We got the shift knob and everything done. So this was definitely a big build. Looking forward to getting the next one together. We did do some test lights for our lights and got all that stuff working. Again, I had a bad switch that I had to replace, but there is the video again. Thank you everybody for watching this one here at Spend Too Much Diecast, and I'm looking forward to continuing this build with you guys. So everybody have a great day, and we'll see you on the next build. Bye.